गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वते नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेद वेदांत वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ओम। We will chant mantra number 11th or 10th also. 10th. इष्टापूर्तं मन्यमाना वरिष्ठं नान्यच्छ्रेयो वेदयन्ते प्रमूढाः। नाकस्य पृष्ठे ते सुकृतेऽनुभूत्वा इमं लोकं हीनतरं वा विशन्ति। तपश्रद्धे ये उपवसन्त्यरण्ये शान्ता विद्वांसो भैक्षचर्यां चरन्तः। सूर्यद्वारेण ते विरजाः प्रयान्ति यत्रामृतः स पुरुषो यव्ययात्मा। यत्रामृतः स पुरुषो यव्ययात्मा। We were seeing that this particular section, which has 13 mantras, was mainly dealing with the, she has the book, mainly, I'll get later on, mainly dealing with the Aparavidya. And the the mantras from first to sixth told about the importance of karma. When I say karma, it means vihit karma, which is converging to karma yoga. And we had taken time to understand the importance of karma. And I told we should not underestimate the value of karma, neither overestimate. Then from 7th mantra to 10th mantra, the ninda of that karma is not done. Stopping there is what was a road you took to a destination. So a person is not moving forward and he is enjoying his joy of doing good for others. So that ninda was done. And mood shabd went 3 times. Pramod word was used. Balaha word was used. Because they are not seeing that there is no cessation of sorrows by this. Because doership is not there. No cessation of sorrows are there. Now, one other turn is coming now. What is the turning point here? Turning point is 11th verse. And 11th verse says there are people who have done the action and they have graduated. Postgraduate is yet to come. What is the graduation here? Graduation is the Vanaprastha ashram. Mind has become Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha ashram, I am not talking about infrastructure. Infrastructure of Vanaprastha is different. But first the mental Vanaprastha should come for infrastructural Vanaprastha. That means the karma has taken him to cessation of vasanas. And yesterday I was talking about Brahmacharya ashram, Grahastha ashram and Vanaprastha ashram. Because if karma has not taken to the part of vasana quietening, then the very purpose of karma was not there as per the scripture. I told many times that action is not for action. Action is an agent to defang the ego. Action is to dissolve the dislikes and likes. Action is to get out of our various vasanas. Action is to expand our heart. Action is to include others' joy in my joy. Action is to get out of Kam Krodh. Action is to see ourselves as a servant of all. Action is to put others than ourselves. So action has lot of points. Because when you jump in the area of action, then you meet people there. Then you meet some kind of system. In that system, some are ahead of you, some are behind you. Some will praise you, some will criticize you. Some will adore you. And in this process, you have to serve the Lord. So when you live in the infrastructure, then only there is an opportunity to sublimate the ego. If you are an egoistic person and you want to go in solitude, it won't be of any help. Because solitude has no opposition to ego. Rather, a person will be more problematic. Because he is not having the fitness to go into solitude, he does not have the capacity to remain quiet, and he is forcing himself to be quiet. He needs to go in with the people. And if he does mistake, people will try to correct him. And if they can't correct him, they will sideline him. And when he will be sidelined, when he will be discarded, then he will realize maybe that I should have done this better. So there is very big importance of society and an active life. Active life, the life of work, polishes a person. It takes him away from his cocoon and shell. Therefore, Gurudev, when the Brahmachari course was done, he used to roar, don't go to Uttarkashi and don't go to solitude, go out to work. He emphasized it very strongly because some Brahmachari used to go there. He said, you are not fit for it. When you will fit, then you can go, but you are not fit totally. You have ego right now, you have vasana right now. Go and serve. So working area is very, very much required so that a person can lighten his vasana bag. 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, etc. And therefore, first to 6 mantras were praise of karma. But where he misses the bus, he misses when his work does not take him to devotion or doesn't take him to egolessness or attachmentlessness. And there he has, something has gone wrong during his work, that means. A sannyas or the renunciation should be there, should be natural. Vasana-lessness should be there. Dharm te birati jog te jnana. Vairag should have been there if a person had put the right ingredients in the work and karma yoga. And let's now go back to the 4 ashram where I was yesterday, if you remember. Remember that yesterday I was talking about Brahmacharya ashram. Your whole life I said, you are given 80 years, 90 years, 70 years as a project. And what is the goal? Goal is to know yourself and get out of this cycle of birth and death. Don't invite future troubles. Don't try to get another body. Don't be careful. The scriptures are saying that you don't go for another womb. And therefore so many Upanishads are there, so many talks are there, so many Puranas are there. And they said, let us make one scheme. And what is that scheme? Called Brahmacharya ashram. So you have to counter series of very difficult vasanas. Then only you will have the vasana of, ultimately they want the vasana of dispassion, vairagya vasana and mumukshatva vasana. These 2 vasana has to be developed for Shravan, Manan and Nididhyasana. So this was the project, therefore they started early. And when they started early, so in the Brahmacharya ashram, the child was taken to the Guru at the age of 9-10, and there were 3 vasanas which were tackled. One was the Ahankar vasana, second was the Kam vasana, and third is Avidya vasana or ignorance vasana. So what is the Ahankar vasana? What is the Ahankar vasana? That individuality comes up. Individuality comes up. And understood, no? Individuality. Person speaks wrongly, child speaks wrongly, his ahankara comes up. And somehow the house facilitates that ahankara. because he gets lot of attention, especially because one child is there. So all the attention he only gets. Earlier 5, 7 were there. So everything was distributed. Now one is there, so parents also think he is the only one. What to do, all. So slowly he develops into a very stubborn and insistent child. But when he goes to Gurukul, there are hundreds of students. Who are you in front of them? Gochu. So in front of them you are nothing. So you are not treated very special. Therefore ashram is not that easy place. Therefore they want to run away. Because that much of love and attention and pampering that they get is not in the ashram life. There the discipline of the teacher is there. And teacher has that ultimate goal in his mind while teaching. Even the Chinese, they are best in Olympics. You know why? At the age of 2, 3, they start training the child. So there is a compulsory that you have to send the child at the age of 2 year or 3 year for gymnast and all these things. Their body is very supple, they are flexible, the trainers are there. And we start our spiritual life at the age of 60. Already the old fox has become much older. So, now tell me, his eating habit, talking habit, walking habit, everything is so hard like a crystal. How will he change now? Somebody asked Guruji, from what age we should train the children for his spiritual life? He said, before they are born. While they are in the womb, you should train them. You should have mother should have that kind of thought, and thought nursing should be done. And I told yesterday that house environment, most of the houses, I'm not generalizing it, please don't misunderstand, there are good houses also. But most of the houses are not a good training institute. Because the ideal which the mother and father should have shown, that is not there. They themselves watch TV, they themselves eat at wrong time, they themselves sleep at wrong time, they themselves don't talk properly. So child is constantly observing all these things in his foundation years. Not only he imitates them, child is a very good imitator, but their nature comes and ultimately he loses the faith in them and he goes out to get somebody whom he can confess and love. So that place which he was searching, he tries to go in his school friends and colleges. But that friend could be the teacher. The best friend could be the teacher. And there, when he goes in the Gurukul, so Guru lives with a discipline. Guru lives with his own ideals. Guru is the one who has conquered his anger, who has conquered his calm, who has conquered his laziness, who has conquered his jealousies. Such an evolved person alone can be a loving person. Unevolved person always is a not loving person. He is a rejecter of others. The evolved person is acceptor of all. In his heart there are no boundary lines. So when that child goes and sees the ideal, everybody wants to see somebody good. Everybody wants to see some kind of perfection in others, not in himself, others. So that child also goes. And teacher has infinite knowledge, infinite patience. And slowly the personality of the Guru makes that child slowly bend down. So secular education was not started at the age of 4 or 3. It started after 7, 8 years. So when you live with someone very knowledgeable, if you live with someone more magnanimous, then automatically you are aware of your smallness. And then the ahankar vasana is converted into surrender vasana. Ahankar vasana is converted or transformed into surrender vasana, because every morning you have to do pranam. Every time you meet teacher, you have to offer namaskar. You have to chant the Guru Stotram. You have to chant Guru Paduka Stotram. Many times Guru Paduka Puja is performed. Lot of Guru Pujas were in our ashram. If you know, in all the ashram, lot of Guru Pujas, Guru Stotra, this, that, to develop this surrendered personality. And it has to be started young, because once the ego develops, it is difficult to tame it after that. There was a time when ego could have been curtailed, but it is now little late. It is hardened now. This is the first vasana. Second vasana was the calm vasana, because by the time a boy or girl is 13 or 12, 13, 14, their passion gets up from the past birth. Now it is earlier only. Now it is much earlier. So before that age comes, the Gayatri Jap is done. Not only to control your calm, krodh, but also to bring brilliancy in your mind, so that the study that you are going to do, you may be brilliant in it. Gayatri is very powerful. So calm vasana and irritation vasana and krodh vasana, getting short-tempered and very, replying back and all these things, this is tackled by upasana. And upasana is done under the supervision of a capable teacher, because he has said, therefore the child will do it. The child has obedience, but we have to know how to bring it out. This is the second aspect. And third aspect where Brahmacharya ashram works is the jnana or avidya. He doesn't know about the goal. So slowly he is brought into that, what is life, what is the ultimate thing you should get before dying, what is the karma yoga, what is the meaning of upasana, what is the meaning of bhakti. So he has given the basic infrastructure, what Gita says or what Ramayana says, Puranas are there. And therefore if you see the Upanishads, very young boys are there in the Upanishad. Shurit Ketu is there, Uddalak is there. They are 12-year-old, some are 15 years, some are 20 years. Parallelly, there are other knowledges like knowledge of mathematics or knowledge of science, that also went on. But that was not the main one. Main one was to equip him for the future challenges. It was more a character building rather than data pumping. The institution of Brahmacharya was for building him on a solid, rock solid foundation of character, charitra nirmana, and not making him very intellectually sound regarding the various sciences of the world. They were not preparing for livelihood, they are preparing for making a life. Making a life is different, making a living is different. So they were trying to make a life first and living was later on. Living is for livelihood so that you can run your family. So this way he was told what is dharma, what is adharma, what is to be done, what is not to be done. And if the student had any doubt, because at the teenager they have a lot of questions. When a person is a teen, he is quite confused. So there was a teacher who used to answer those questions. Otherwise in the house you ask, why do you lamb the light? But you don't ask question. Just do what I say. So these things were suppressed in our age, and you will later on realize that the environment that I got, it had a lot to do with my upbringing. If somebody had forced me to chant Bhagavad Gita by heart Gita, even one shloka a week, I would have by-hearted whole Bhagavad Gita. But nobody taught also, nobody told also. And I'm now 60, I don't know one shlok, two shlok properly. Nobody taught me Sanskrit also. This what you're studying should have been done at a very early age. If you know the Sanskrit is taught at the age of 3. At the age of Ka, Kha, Ga is taught at the age of 3. And there are villages in India. One village is there in Karnataka where only Sanskrit is spoken. One village. Even the servant speaks in Sanskrit. So this is the Brahmacharya ashram. He graduates there. And now he asks teachers, he has to give the Guru Dakshina to the teacher. Some time is given to give Guru Dakshina. And Guru Dakshina is not in terms of money. Whatever teacher may ask, he has to give. Teacher may ask, give me 100 coins of gold. Teacher may ask, please conquer that kingdom. Teacher may ask, study this thing. Teacher may ask, write a commentary on Gita. Anything teacher may ask them. So after giving Guru Dakshina only, they were supposed to marry. Because after marriage, having chances of having money was less. Acharyaya priyam dhanam aritya prajatantum na vivachhetsi. Acharyaya priyam dhanam aritya prajatantum. First you give the money, then only you go for grastha. Otherwise bhag jaoge tum. So, they were asking the Guru, so shall I marry or not marry? And teacher was deciding you should marry or not marry. In 99 to 95% cases, 95 to 99%, 99 rather, they were asked to marry. And when the marriage is there, other courses start. This is syllabus 1. Ahankar Vasana is subdued and the Kam Vasana is subdued, not finished, subdued. And the Avidya has been removed to a certain extent and told what is the means, what is the goal, what is life, what is by which. So when the boy was entering, so first day only boy and girl went to the teacher and he said, Gurudev, we have decided by this age I will call it a day. I will be graduating because it's an institution. Institution is not for enjoyment, it's for learning. Institution is not for security. Institution is for education. So Grahastha Ashram is an institution and I have lot of vasanas, Guruji. I have attachment vasana, I feel lonely. I have bhog vasana, I want to enjoy various things. I have comfort vasana, I want to have comfort. I have dining vasana, I want to dine a lot. Certain things I could not eat in the ashram. So I want a wife who can cook very well. Some husbands are very good cook. I have heard. Rather the best chefs are male only. In all the big hotels, you will be knowing, the best chefs are male only, not the female. And very costly, they are called chef, but actually they are very high profile people. So don't think chef is just like that. He is a very high profile person. Their salaries are very high. Anyway, that will be Vishayantar. So this, and the karma vasana is there. Please, AV means attachment vasana, BV means bhog vasana, CV means comfort vasana, DV means dining vasana. Bhai, this is there. And EV means some educational vasana is there. I want to study that course. FV means family vasana. So, lot of vasanas we are born with. And these vasanas, teacher said, okay, that's great. If you have these vasanas, wonderful, no problem. Through the dharmic ways, to the proper way, the legitimate way, you fulfill it and convert the AV attachment vasana into Vairagya vasana. And BV you convert into Tapasya vasana. And CV convert into Tyaga vasana. Okay, na? And DV convert into FV, fruit vasana. So, and all dining vasana just convert into having fruit and salad vasana. And and educational vasana convert into shastra vasana. And family vasana convert into bhakti vasana. Well, Baskari, let me first write what was there. I am getting confused. Convert attachment into salad vasana. No. So, I am not saying that. I am saying convert attachment vasana into vairagya vasana. Convert bhog vasana into tapasya vasana. Convert comfort vasana into tyaga vasana. That means I should be able to sleep on the floor. I should be able to use even the less costly cloth. I can afford, but I'll put on less cloth. Even 2-3 sets of cloth are enough for me. I don't need a very expensive set with me. I will use the shoes which are not Adidas, just be Das. No need for Adidas. Instead of having expensive Pringle shirt and all these things, just come to kurta pajama. Or dhoti you can have. This is the goal. So don't have so much of luxury around. And I'm giving you 25 years, you can wear whatever is there. So you convert bhog vasana. Bhog means all kind of bhog. Bhog of eating, bhog of going out and visiting the places, bhog of wife, bhog of husband, bhog of children. Whatever vasanas are there, slowly you get over it so that you don't need it. Convert into tapasya vasana. And comfort vasana into tyag vasana. Body's and sensual requirements should not be too much. Don't use perfume. You are now 50 plus. No need for perfume. Have a fragrance of personality. Okay? Don't use all these things. Make a more simpler life. Don't have very expensive curtains. Don't have very expensive cars. Just go to Sakar or Nirakar. So this is the CVs there. Comfort. Enough you had comfort. Don't go to cruise and all these things. Don't go to cruise because you are already drowning actually in the Karm Sagar. So don't go there. So dining vasana, no need. Try to reduce all that to bare minimum. Your health is also not permitting you. Doctors are also saying, please cut down salt, cut down sugar, cut down carbohydrates. So you better to make it shorter. Let the children have all these things. Let the youngsters have. And teachers and KV, very important. Karma vasana into upasana or puja vasana. Karma vasana into puja vasana. In short, if I condense the whole thing, you develop vairagya vasana, upasana vasana and surrender vasana. And I am giving you 25 years. Right now you are 20. Therefore, early marriages were done. Tell me why? So that you can have a child and you can be free from the responsibilities by the time you are 55, etc. Now you are marrying at 40 or 45. So when your child will grow, you will be 70. So when your vanprastha will start, you will die before vanprastha. So therefore, it was prescribed that if you have to marry, it's better to marry at a proper age before 30. Earlier days, if anybody had crossed 25, girl especially, it was considered very bad. But you're 25-year-old, you're not married. ऐसे बोलते थे. If you ask your mother, father, they will tell you. 18 साल में शादी हो जाती. 18 year, 19 year. It was better. 18 years, sometime 19, 20 years, they had to do children also. I'm not joking. They are surprised, but you ask your mother, they will tell you all these things. I also did not know. So my mother used to tell me these things. And the purpose was that you have limited time. And you are 55. So teacher said, I am giving you 25 years. Convert your AV, BV, CV, DV, EV and KV, karma vasana, into mainly 3 vasana I want. Tivra vairagya vasana. Second was mumukshutta vasana. And third was upasana vasana. And you are 60, closing to 60, and then you are making yourself. That is called Vanaprastha ashram. Vanaprastha ashram is a mental environment of dispassion, mumukshatva, and upasana. It is that means he has lived very good life, and therefore he has such developed personality. It is a prelude to sannyasa ashram. It is a prelude. It is warming up for sannyas. Vanaprastha is warming up for sannyas. Like you go to the field, the sportsmen, they don't start running or playing the badminton or cricket. First they warm up. At their own place, they will jump like that, do like this, like that. They'll do like that. You must have seen that. They jump at their own place or they run. So they know that I have to be more flexible. My hands, my legs, they will be needing a lot of flexibility, some kind of sloth, etc. that may go away. So they will do like that. And quite warming up, it takes time. Sometime at 4 o'clock they run for 2 hours on the track with a track suit. Now they have track suit but no running. So without track they have track suit. Night means they put on track suit. And that is meant for running actually. The track suit concept. And here some are here, they are also putting track suit. Here also I have seen. So this was the basic concept. Now he goes into Vanaprastha ashram. I am repeating it. Vairagya vasana, mumukshatva vasana, and upasana or surrender vasana is there. Now he is now warming up for athato brahma jigyasa. He is warming up for leaving everything. So when he is vanaprasthi, he will not enjoy the house. He will try to go, not in the forest, etc., but goes somewhere else where his house doesn't have to be attended. Because when you live in a fixed system and where you have been working, people expect from you that you should keep on working. You are expected, now you give the baton to the next generation, earlier generation, and you try to go for some higher pursuits. Enough you have done, and you have few years, and now you are expected to live a life of withdrawal. 50 years was activity life, and now 25, actually 100 years they were supposing earlier, and therefore this 25 years was sannyas. But now supposing 75 or 80 years, then it should be 20. So at the 40 only one person should start. Anyway, because अब संन्यास को तो बचा ही नहीं टाइम फिर 80 में मान लो 100 के टाइम में तब 25 का डिवीजन था 75, 80 कितना जिंदा रहेगा आदमी even he is alive कहाँ संन्यास दिखता नहीं उसको he can't see what will he read he can't hear he can't do and when he can't hear then you are thinking Atma Vare Shrotavya we should listen about Atma no he can't hear so हाँ भाई problems are there बोले घर अब तो हमें घर की और जरूरत है I need more attention from the house how to live so when you are not going through the process you have wasted that time scriptures are not happy ठीक है ना because that stage of mind is not it is demanding grandson now instead of demanding tapasya it is demanding grandson Because family vasana was not transformed into upasana vasana. And attachment vasana was not transformed into vairagya vasana. And bhog vasana was not transformed into tapasya vasana. Still he wants burger. 80-year-old person. And 75-year-old, he goes for a film, hum pyar karenge. So when such kind of mind is there, शर्म नहीं आती ऐसे लोगों को. They should be ashamed. And then they say, age is just a number. Kup, age is just a number. बैठ ना पा रहे हो ना खड़े हो पा रहे हो. हर जगह टक टक आवाज आ रही है. Knees problem is there, back problem is there, tooth problem is there, eyes problem is there, and you are saying age is a number. Big goofy wali baat. So this is the course. What it is, life is a course to usher us to area of self-realization actually. And by the time you have been manprasth for 20 years or 15, 20, 30 years, your dispassion and your upasana has given you a very quiet mind, and you are now heralding towards sannyas ashram, where you have tivra vairagya. Upasana is left aside, and you are now ushering into life of shravan, manan and dhyan. And you may not leave the house, but you are not attached in the house. You may be somewhere outside. Outside renunciation, outside sannyas is optional, but internal sannyas is mandatory. So in this process, you just contemplate, and you should be not attached to any work or any person. And ultimately, 3 vasanas have now converged into one vasana, that is Atma Gyan Vasana. And that's it. That is the end. And Atma Gyan Vasana should remove the ignorance and take you to the knowledge of the self. And here is where all Upanishads are standing to welcome you. And they said, okay, I'll talk to you now. Please come alone. I hope this is clear. This is the way forward in the journey of the life. If the teacher had not told when this boy was 17 or 18 or 19 very clearly, then how will he plan for the future? Just living and age is passing and passing and passing. I'm waiting to die, or I'm waiting, like the animal's age increases, there is no mental development, there is no evolution, there is no vasana purgation, there is no dispassion developing. So very purpose of human birth is destroyed. We are misusing the intellect. And that vanaprasthi is addressed in 11th verse here, 11th mantra. Is it clear now? Brahmacharya. I'm giving in short, more details you can see later on. Now he goes in aranya. Aranya means the run is not there. There is no fight is there. There is no tussle. This to bring, acha, today bread is not there. Acha, ask Stanley to bring. So or that is not there. Today grandson is not there. His stomach is upset. And then mother-in-law is coming. Or father-in-law is, today is his barsi. His shraddh is there. अब ये सब करते रहो तुम. ये तो हाउस में तो कुछ न कुछ चिक चिक होता ही रहता है. So he has left the system. He goes where somebody just gives you food. He said, I will give you some money. Or if he's left the house, he can go for bhiksha also. Bhiksha. So it is said here, now let us see. Yehi shantaha. See the word here. 11 shlok. Shantaha. Shantaha means AV, BV, CV, DV all have gone. Vairag vasana is there, tapasya vasana is there, tyag vasana. Then only he can be shanta. If vairag is not there, he'll worry it. My grandson's marriage is there today, they did not call me. My seat was not kept there. In the photograph, they did not take my photograph. Arey, and they were bringing me to the stage, I had slipped. स्टेज पे बुला रहे थे, आई आई यार गिरे, चढ़ नहीं पाए वो, इसलिए स्लिप्ड. ये सब हुआ. बोले देन आफ्टर दैट दे टुक मी द रूम. हमको ऊपर नहीं ले गए. उसी बच्चे को हाथ में खिलाया था. उसकी शादी हो रही है, उसके साथ फोटो नहीं हुई हमारी. I'm not joking. They talk in such manners. Such a stupid topic is there in their mind at such a ripe age, and such a childish behavior that will surprise you. बहुत डांटते हैं उपनिषद, बहुत डांट पड़ते हैं. अभी पुराण बहुत डांटता है. उपनिषद का समय नहीं. आई डोंट वांट टू टॉक टू यू. इफ यू गो टू पुराण, खूब डांट पड़ती है ऐसे लोगों को. सो ये शांताः भैक्षचर्याम चरन्तः सन्तः. He says, see, I have given all my money, nothing is there. I have no connection with my children, etc. Then he said, okay, you go for bhiksha. Bhiksha. Bhiksha means you have no choice of food actually. You have left all choice of food, and you can only go to 5 houses in bhiksha. Not that 20 houses you're collecting bhiksha after bhiksha. And that too without informing. Bhiksha was like that. And whatever you get it. That's it. So bhaikcharyam charanta, because food is a big area of thought actually. Any housewife gives maximum time on cooking or thinking about what to cook in the house. And those who are males, they think what they will eat, and they ask what is cooked. So to get out of this area, they said, okay, no point. I told you, eating vasana has to be converted into prasad vasana. So that is now converted into prasad. Whatever is got, they have converted. So they are very happy. They said, whatever is there, if I have got only roti, then I will take only chapati. And one potato I can get, that is fine. Bhaksharyam charanta. You can't say, give me my cake because it's my birthday. You can't say. All these things is gone. You can't opt for that. In Bhiksha, I want cake. It's not like that. ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. So bhaksharyam charanta. And what is there? What is the schedule? Tapashraddhe upavasanti. Tapashraddhe is dvitiya here. Aranya. So tapashraddhe in the aranya. Aranya means in secluded place mainly. Don't think jungles we have to go. Lion comes, they will eat you. So, in Africa especially, no need to go. So it will be his bhiksha. Rather than you going for bhiksha, he got the bhiksha. So, upavasanti, and there he stays, aranya, in the forest, in a secluded place, in a place where not many people know you. Because if they know you, you have to respond a lot. If you don't respond, they will feel you didn't talk properly. And you want to focus now. I am not doing karma yoga, so you don't need a system now for you. You don't need a system. You need a seclusion. You know the one classroom you see, full of children. Chee, chaw, kee, kaw is going on. Class 1, class 2 child, and you go to PhD class, research scholar. He'll be sitting somewhere quietly, alone. He's either reading something, or he's busy in the laboratory. And he's written there, silence please. You saw the evolution. Don't talk. And hardly 1, 2 will be there. The research scholar will be 1, 2. And this classroom may be full. So as you grow, the rush is always on the ground floor. It's like a pyramid. As you grow higher, very less people are there on the top. So very less are able to attain this state. Now because he has, remember Upasana I told, he has to collect his mind. And he can do it during his grahastha ashram only when he has a target. See, when you know I have to leave, automatically there is a detachment. Supposing you say by this day I'll have to leave, or by this day I'll stop eating this thing, automatically you will have a detachment from that. Nothing without goal should be pursued. Nothing should be unlimited. Everything should be limited. Don't give too much of choices to the mind. No choice. Lesser you can give choice, more reward you are. So he has developed his vasana for upasana. So he can see, second line. Aranye tapashraddhe. Here tapasya doesn't mean tapasya. See, already he has tapasya because bhog vasana has been tapasya and tyag. Difference, tapasya and tyag. Tyag is giving up something external. I left tea. I left coffee. I left this thing in eating. Tapasya is deliberately choosing some pain for your higher goal. Maintaining a sankalp. And in maintaining the sankalp, you have to choose some kind of pain. I am ready to go through the pain to maintain a higher sankalp for a long time. So tapasya is maintaining a higher sankalp and going through the difficulties that I have chosen deliberately with the permission of my scripture and teacher. So tapasya is more intrinsic and tyag is a little extrinsic. So bhog vasana has to be converted to tapasya vasana. I have to get out of, I should not need it. I don't need any emotions support. I don't need any physical longing for something. What is food, shelter, I will need it, I will take it. But I'm not after comforts, etc. too much. So see the word here. See the word. So, aranye tapashraddhe upavasanti. Tapashraddhe, tapasya means, Bhashika writes here, tapasya. Tapasya is the karma here. Swa ashram vihitam karma. That karma which is remaining, that is called tapasya. That karma, whatever little action, sandhya vandan etc., havan etc., he has to do, he does that. But that is for offering. And shraddha here doesn't mean shraddha. Shraddha means upasana, vidya. Shraddha does not mean shraddha here. Shraddha means because in upasana shraddha is too much required, therefore upasana word is given as a shraddha. Hiranya garbhadi vishaya vidya te tapashraddhe. Like you are chanting sapshati or you are chanting do Vishnu Sahasranam. So this is called upasana, where in your mind you are thinking of the God and his form and chanting something, repeating a mantra of some sakar devata. And also, naturally, it will involve, when you are doing upasana cannot be without tapasya because you have to sit. Because you have to sit, because you have to abstain from overeating, because you cannot sit if you eat too much. You have to abstain for interactive life, because you can't do a lot of sadhana. If you are interacting a lot, people will already eat your time. So he's made himself very free from whole world. He has cut the strings as the Vanaprastha ashram is there. Please note, he has done all these duties. Don't think he has left something. His children are already settled, everything is there. And then what happened? Vidvamsaha. Vidvams means he is grahasth here. Jnana pradhana ityartha. Here jnana means upasana. He is upasana pradhan grahasth. His grahasth is there, but mainly he is knowing what is knowledge, what is not knowledge. And ultimately he does a lot of upasana. Upasana means repetition of a thought which has a very high, very pervasive object. Repetition of a thought whose object is very pervasive for a long time. Like you say, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So thought is of Bhagwan Ram and the object of this thought is Ram. This is upasana. You are doing it, upasana. You are the scattered mind, you have to collect it. Because a collected mind is a powerful mind. Our mind is like a what is it called, cotton. Ud gaya. The cotton flower is there, it is all fuzzy. So it just flies away. With one little breeze will come. You have to collect that cotton and make a wick out of that. Like this. And one wick, another wick, this. And ultimately you take all wick and collect all of them. So you are making only one track of thought in your mind. One track. One thought, one object of thought is important. In Karma Yoga, many thoughts and many objects with one intention is there. Karma Yoga is attitude pradhan, bhavana pradhan. And Upasana is bhavana and ek vritti pradhan. And where ek vritti is of Sakar Ishwar. And Gyan is Brahmakar vritti pradhan. It is Gyan pradhan. In Upasana you repeat the thought. In Gyan you realize that. Upasana is Kartru Tantra and Gyan is Purush Tantra. Well, what is that? Kartru Tantra depends on you. And Purush Tantra means as it is. Like I open my eyes. So eyes will only show this is flower. But I say no, in that let us do puja. In that Ganesh ji aage baith gaye. This is Upasana. It is Kartru Tantra. So he is focusing his mind now. He is learning to close his eyes for a long time. Because this is needed now in his future course. Next course, next syllabus, this is a requirement. You have to meditate a lot. And therefore you have to habit to sit and close your eyes and try to contemplate on what teacher has taught. So sitting habit, meditating habit, withdrawing habit, all I told you the flight is on the runaway before takeoff. So Vanaprastha is a runaway area. Before the flight takes off, first it goes on a track. On a runaway it goes. Zzz, for some time. Zzz, and then it picks up its speed like that. Zzz, then it lives like that. Zzz, still you can see the ground. Some are watching there. Some want to go to bathroom at that time. So they'll be asked, please sit, don't move. So everything at the wrong time they do. So here, please sit, don't get up. Still see the belt signal is still on. Please see the belt signal on the top. It is written like that. The belt signal is there. Don't get up. And once it flies, then you don't know also that it is flying. So this is a Vanaprastha ashram. See what a beautiful organization is there. They have organized your whole life. And today only Arth Purusharth and Kam Purusharth till end. There is nothing called Sannyas ashram. There is no graduation from Grahas to Vanaprastha and Sannyas. That has died. That is almost extinct. Very rarely you hear somebody has gone for reclusive life. So attached they are. So much they are hanging after because they did not prepare early. They didn't start with a proper note. Just whole life was for getting a good job and good money and good family, and ultimately, whole life where I could have done something better and higher joys I am now going for another birth now. I don't know where the birth will be. And such a Vanaprasthi, supposing he leaves the body, Surya dvarena te viraja prayante virajaha, they are not having rajogun. Virajaha, virajasaha. Rajas, viraj means exhalations is not. And Suryadwaran means Uttarayan. They go through the brighter path. Refer 8th chapter. 8th chapter. And they go to the Brahmalok. Yatra amrita sa purusho yavyayatma. I hope Brahmalok I mentioned somewhere, no? Brahmalok in this course, no, not mentioned. Brahmalok naam aaya hoga. Huh? हाँ, Brahmalok, highest one, of no return. Huh? हाँ, 7th lok. And here he goes because he has been contemplating on on Brahma Ji. This is not Brahma, Brahma Ji. And there he goes, Sab Purusham Vyayatma, and that Brahma Ji is called Purush here, Avyayatma, and there he lives for thousands of years and learns from Brahmaji. But for this, the probability is very less. First line is easy. Second line is very, 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 very difficult. Almost impossible. Like to become a zillionaire is very impossible. Very less chances are that somebody is a zillionaire, not billionaire, zillionaire. So, Soch Upasana, somebody is very unlikely to do it. So, second line is highly improbable. So much Upasana will not be possible for an ordinary person. And therefore, second line is very less probable, not impossible, but very, very, very difficult. इतना नहीं है उनके अंदर ताकत कि ब्रह्म लोक पहुंच जाए. But Upanishad has shown that people must have gone there. बोले हमने तो नहीं सुना किसी को जाते ब्रह्म लोक. तुमको कैसे पता? हाउ डू यू नो? नहीं, हमको आप जनरल बता, रिश्ते नातों में कोई परिवार में नहीं है. In my family nobody has gone. So Surya Dwarente, but chances are very less because the thought has to be very big of Upasana and very long time, and therefore teachers say don't go for this. Better to realize the Brahman now because that is very difficult. It is highly improbable for you. It is really very, and because this person can become next Brahma also. So these chances I told you, it's like becoming a zillionaire. This is almost next to impossible for you, considering you, I think. So better don't target Brahmalok. Target the knowledge of Brahman only. So Upanishad will not be focusing on Brahmalok. Upanishad is going to focus now on how to have the knowledge of Brahman. Just it gave you an information that if Vanaprasthi dies without knowing the self and he does tremendous Upasana, then he will go to Brahmalok. So Suryadwaran means Uttarayan. Remember, two paths are there. Chandra will go to Swarg and Suryadwaran. Uttarayan is the name of a Devata which takes you. As you pass away, I told you that Devata comes and fetches you to Brahmalok. And that is Hiranyagarbha is called Purush and Abhyayatma. He is not a Purush of Chetan. Its Purush is here for Hiranyagarbha. And Abhyayatma means it doesn't decay. Because as long as samsara is there, that Brahmaji is still there. Therefore, he is called Abhyatma. This is not referring to Atma and Brahman of Vedanta. Just a word of caution. So he attains that higher lok if he dies without knowing the self and he has not heard Vedanta. In case he hears Vedanta and dies, then again he will be reborn again to know the self in some house. Now this completes the topic of Vanaprastha. Now 12th and 13th are transition from Aparavidya to Paravidya. And this is where sannyas is coming. Golden era of sannyas, to which the Upanishads are dedicated to. So beautiful shlok is there, mantra 12th, which we will see tomorrow. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि शंकरा सदा शिवाय सर्वे